Hello everyone. I am so glad that you could join me again. We are going to have fun today. We need to harvest and arrange some flowers from the garden. We are going to harvest some potatoes and, if I have any, some zucchini. And then we are going to use the red potatoes and the zucchini plus some yellow squash to make a green, yellow, and red tian. A tian refers to a shallow baking dish, and we can enjoy the tian for dinner tonight. But before we do anything, I need to have my breakfast. I'm going to have coffee with heavy cream and the final slice of the zucchini bread that you and I made together in the previous episode. Let's head up to the garden. These are the red Norland potatoes that you and I planted together in late April. Harvesting the crop today is like digging for buried treasure. Unfortunately, my zucchini is too small to harvest. We will have to buy the squash at Haw Valley Farm. And here are the purple print zinnias. Zinnias require frequent harvesting so the plants can continue to bloom. We can use these vibrant flowers for a simple flower arrangement. These sweet peas have an enchanting perfume. We can add them to our arrangement. Stems from this boxwood can add a green touch to our arrangement. We can arrange these flowers a little later today. First, I want to put them in water. So I have boxwood and sweet pea. The scent of sweet pea is absolutely intoxicating. More sweet pea, zinnias. These are the purple print zinnias that you and I grew together from seed. The only thing I'm missing is a white flower, but we will make do. And I think next year, I'm going to create an actual cutting garden. These flowers and greens actually look kind of cool right in this florist vase. So we can let these sit while we make a trip to Haw Valley Farm. Haw Valley Farm is a diversified 900-acre biodynamic farm in New York's Hudson River Valley. Biodynamic is a comprehensive form of organic farming that heals the planet through regenerative agriculture. Here at the farm store, I found the zucchini, yellow squash, and Gruyere cheese that we will use, along with the potatoes from my garden, for tonight's dinner. are home again. So I got some of this Minerva butter at Haw Valley Farm. This is the best butter in the world. Yellow onion. Some zucchini that is neither too small nor too large. Some yellow squash that we will use for dinner. And some Gruyere cheese, which will go on top of our Tian. I should mention that the zucchini in my garden is either too small or too large. I'm going to wash my vegetables, put everything away, and then we can arrange the flowers we harvested earlier. I'm going to make the arrangement in this white jug. Flower preservative. The only rule I have for flower arranging is to arrange the greens first. I try to remove any stems that are going to be below the water line because leaves can break down very quickly when they are underwater. These are the sweet peas that you and I planted from seed late last winter. Super fragrant. Well, I think this makes a fairly respectable, if casual, arrangement. And we can put the arrangement right here. I'm going to clean up my workstation, and then we can get cracking on the dinner dish. So we are making a Tian of onion, garlic, potato, zucchini, and yellow squash. It's a very pretty dish. You could serve it as a side dish, or you could serve it as a main course. The first thing I need is an onion. And I need to mince this onion. I could have used my veggie chopper to do this job, but it's easy enough to do with a knife. Then I need a garlic clove or two. Now, this is the garlic that you and I planted together last autumn and that we harvested together about 2 weeks ago. This onion is very strong. My eyes are tearing up. I'll use 2 cloves. You can quickly dice this garlic. We need to saute the onion and the garlic in some olive oil and butter. I'm going to use some of this wonderful Minerva butter that you and I purchased at Haw Valley Farm. To the onion, I'm going to add some dried thyme leaves. Now, I will link this recipe in the description below. I'm just going to saute the onion until it softens and acquires just a hint of color. Then I will add the garlic. My onions have softened and they have achieved a little hint of color. So now we can add the garlic. I'm going to saute the garlic just until this mixture becomes fragrant. That won't take but 30 seconds. Now we can transfer the onions and garlic to this Tian, which is really just a quiche pan. And it measures about 9 inches in diameter, and it is about 1 1/4 inches deep. If they still make this pan, I will link it in the description below. I bought this pan on Amazon probably 10 years ago. Spread the onions about. Now we have to prepare the zucchini, the yellow squash, and the red potatoes. So here is the zucchini that we bought at Haw Valley Farm. I'm going to cut this into rounds that are approximately 1/8 inch thick. And then we do the same for the yellow squash. I think I only need the one yellow squash. And here are the red potatoes that you and I just harvested from the garden. Again, 1/8 inch thick rounds. Now we need to arrange these vegetables in concentric circles. And I'm going to do them in a red, yellow, and green pattern. All these vegetables need is a little shot of olive oil, a dusting of kosher salt, and some grinds of black pepper, and a shower of herbes de Provence. This particular herbes de Provence has lavender in it. Glorious perfume. If you are going to bake this tian right away, cover it tightly with aluminum foil and then bake it in a preheated 400 Fahrenheit or 200 Celsius oven for 40 minutes. Then remove the foil, top the vegetables with shredded cheese, and return the dish to the oven until the cheese melts and the potatoes are definitely tender. That will take from 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not ready to bake yet, so I'm going to pop this into my refrigerator. Yes, this is a dish that you can make well ahead of time. All I need to do now is shred the cheese so it's ready to go. This is the Gruyere cheese that you and I purchased together at Haw Valley Farm earlier this afternoon. I'm going to shred it on my box grater. Gruyere is a type of Swiss cheese, has a wonderful nutty perfume and flavor. I'm going to set this aside until I'm ready to use it. To help us build up an appetite, let's polish this 19th century biscuit barrel. To help us build up an appetite, let's polish this 19th century silver biscuit barrel. This was a gift from my friend Daguerre many, many years ago. Well, that didn't take long at all. I think this biscuit barrel came out just great. Let's pop our dinner into the oven. I think polishing silver is my favorite kind of exercise. Let me fetch our dinner. Here's our tian, which I put on a baking sheet. We're going to pop this into the oven for 40 minutes. While the tian is in the oven, we can run out to the herb garden. I want to fetch some ingredients that can be turned into a salad of some kind. So these may seem like rather oddball ingredients for a salad, but we can make them work. So I have parsley. We can throw this on a platter. Celery leaves and stems. Just coarsely chopped. Celery stems. Chive. These are the chives that you and I harvested about 2 weeks ago. I mean, we cut them all the way down to the ground. They're already about 14 inches tall. Now we can make a chiffonade of basil. And these leaves smell just awesome. So oddball salad, but on the other hand, it's a free salad because everything came from the garden. Now I rolled the leaves into a little cigar and then I cut them crosswise. Now before I add the basil chiffonade, I'm going to add some of the pickled onions that you and I made together a few weeks ago. Basil chiffonade. We already have vinegar from the pickled onions, so all I have to do is add some extra virgin olive oil and some lemon juice. Now we can add some nasturtium blossoms. These are completely edible. Into the refrigerator. My oven just went off. It's time to add cheese to the tian. This is such a beautiful dish. And a very simple dish too. So all I need is about a handful of the shredded Gruyere. And then back into the oven this goes until the potatoes are absolutely tender and the cheese has melted. While the tian is finishing in the oven, I think we should make a simple dessert. Blueberries and cream and mint. Blueberries are in the garden. So this will be our third course for dinner. Blueberries, cream, and fresh mint. I'm going to pop these into the refrigerator until it's dessert time. And our first course is ready. First course and main course. I'm going to have the salad for the second course. And I'm going to plate this in the kitchen just as soon as this cools a little. Since almost our entire meal came from the garden, I think we should eat it in the garden. I can't wait to taste this tian. My friends, this is truly spectacular. I love the onions and the garlic and the green and yellow squash and the red potato, the herbes de Provence. It's a delicious dish and a fragrant dish. And it's a very pretty dish to bring to table. And on to our entirely improvised salad course. I'm going to give this salad 2 thumbs up, simply because I don't have 3 thumbs. It's fantastic. I love the combination of the parsley and the chives and the celery greens and celery stems and the pickled onions and the hit of lemon. It's a wonderful salad. And the blossom. And the dessert. Blueberries from the garden, mint from the garden, cream from a cow. This was such a simple dessert to throw together. It's absolutely wonderful. I could have whipped the cream, but I just didn't have the energy to do so. These blueberries are just perfectly sweet. Thank you for spending time with me today as we harvested flowers and potatoes from the garden, and as we shopped at Haw Valley Farm, and we polished a 19th century biscuit barrel, and we made a 3-course dessert. I want you to know how much I cherish your company. I can put a couple of my other videos at the end of this one that you can enjoy between now and my next upload. Until then, please treat yourself extra well, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, friends.